What up, y'all? State Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, here early in the morning with some more industry news, current events, and you are about to hear Wack 100's take on the major conflict of interest in the YSL Young Thug case. Now, of course, we all know the YSL case has been very crazy ever since the top of last year. We've had a whole bunch of wild, crazy things happen, like, for instance, Gunna taking the Alfred plea, going home, getting owned by the whole entire rap industry pretty much as of now, especially being unfollowed by everyone from YSL, including Young Thug's closest family. We also know that we've seen a whole bunch of shenanigans, including just last week or the week before, where some crazy dude who I guess was Young Thug's co-defendant handed some drugs off to Young Thug. It's been crazy. There's a new conflict of interest with the DEA. Without further ado, check this out.
YSL, they doing jury still or what they doing, T?
Jury selection, but they got so much going on in the midst of doing jury selection. And prosecution lady used to be Mondo lawyer, so she didn't charge that. While he ran around telling me he didn't find out YSL.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only reason he didn't get charged, because the prosecutor used to be his lawyer.
yeah, that would have been a conflict.
Off top.
If she'd have charged him, she would have to been pulled off the case.
But is that still a conflict though, Wack? Because
Not if she didn't charge him.
It makes sense now.
If she'd have named that nigga an indictment, they'd have to pull her off the case. And her claim to fame is she want the conviction of the case. Because you got to remember, when you dealing with it as a defense attorney, right? Like when you sitting down, you tell your defense attorney shit, right? So automatically, all he had to do is be like, man, I didn't tell this shit, I didn't what it was, so we could fight it on the defense side, right? Now, she can't prove that the things Mondo then told her, right, ain't swaying her to convict him on some other shit. She wouldn't be able to prove that. So they gonna tell her that's a conflict of interest. You gonna have to step down off the case. Another DA gonna have to prosecute. And nigga, her claim to fame on this is she was a prosecutor. So that's why she went around him.
That's crazy.
So you agree that she using the shit that he did tell her in this case?
Nah, well, I don't know. She could be, or she might not be. She could be, or she might not be. But if she would have charged him, right, that's what they'd have put on the table. They'd have made her step down. You know what I'm saying? She could be. Nigga using some shit he might have said. Could be. The nigga might be. He was never named in the indictment.
No.
Nope.
Not at all. Nowhere.
Not it.
Yeah,
Could it be the simple fact that she's just familiar with the YSL, with dealing with him? She now know, now that she's in a prosecutor, she now knows, like, they really a gang. We can get them niggas.
Nah, well, it ain't just based on him. It's based on all kind of other shit. But I will tell you this, though. The fact that that's known, I remember I told you this, T. One little thing like this, T, right here, if that defense attorney on Thug's side could prove that any information she been using come from that dude and she didn't lay that on the table, and shit like that, that'll blow this case all the way out the water. And nigga walk right out that courtroom.
That's exactly what I was just talking about.
We got a winner.
Nigga walk right out that courtroom because, see, not only is he not named on the other side of being arrested, he ain't even named on the other side of it as being, one of the CIs.
Right.
He ain't named nowhere. So if it come out that this woman then secretly got information or used the information she got from one of her clients,
Man.
right? Nigga, shit like that, under
That'll
them
fuck
grounds,
everything up.
fuck the whole case up for the DA.
Fuck everything up.
That's what it's looking like, Wack.
That shit.
That's what
keep
you
going.
call a technicality. That one little technicality, nigga, woke her whole shit up, bro.
Man, this case has been a zoo ever since the beginning. It's been crazy, it's been hectic, it's been eventful. And you know, when I see these things happen, this is when I really start thinking like, maybe the occult is really real, because this type of stuff don't never happen in real life. You know, like, I'm a felon and I'm not proud of that. But when I say I'm a felon, it means that I'm aware of what happens in court. So when I see Young Thug in court and then someone just gets up from the pit all the way in the back and then walks up to Young Thug, gives him a handshake, and there's drugs in his hand like that, that does not happen in real life. You can ask anyone who's been to court before for a criminal case. That does not happen. You get picked up and thrown out of court. I mean, like, you'll get thrown out of court like how Uncle Phil used to throw out Jazz. Like, you'll get just thrown out like, ah! Like that. Like you'll get thrown out. Everybody is supposed to sit their behind down in court. So when you see someone just get up and walk and give somebody a handshake, it's not even the fact that he gave him a handshake and there was drugs in it. It's the fact that he got up in the first place and was allowed to even get that close to Young Thug in the first place.
This is really good news for Thug.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
It's great news, bro. Like, cause now to come down to, well, ain't about what y'all got, it's about what she did and didn't do and didn't lay it on the table. You know what I'm saying? You didn't name all these other motherfuckers as cooperates and this. But now, this information you got from him led to the warrant you got for this, which led to this is tainted. And under those grounds, we filing for a motion to suppress all evidence to dismiss.
Man.
Yes, we won.
So,
Try again.
So this is great. And look, even if it go a little longer, it'll open it up for grounds for appeal. But I ain't no way. Let's use common sense. She was that nigga's attorney, and it wasn't no type of conversations or no type of.
We got him.
Ain't no, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I'm with y'all with that. No, I'm with y'all with that. So now, where does Mondo nigga at? He the key. See, this where street niggas supposed to stand up.
He out here doing interviews.
Is that the nigga that did the interview the other day?
With academics.
With Ugly Money?
The one I sent you, T? Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, if he keeping it so real, nigga, he can blow the case wide open. Man, I wouldn't give a fuck. Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I'll be in that motherfucker. I told her all that shit. She using all that shit against him. She know I told it to her.
Man, for real.
They call it attorney-client confidential.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, nigga.
Attorney-client privilege.
Nigga, he's supposed to be in that motherfucker. He's supposed to be talking to Thug attorney saying, hey, you know, when she was representing me, I had to tell her about this, that, and she using that. Nigga, I wouldn't give a fuck, even if the bitch I did, nigga, I did. Bitch, you know I did.
I say coerce. She coerced me.
Bitch, you know I did.
Yeah, you know I did.
Don't get me wrong, I might move to Maine after that.
She coerced me into these confessions.
Nigga, no,
Because for the most part, you do tell your lawyer the truth.
All you got to, yeah, I do, nigga.
I do too.
When we get the police, this is how we beat cases. I'm like, well, they said it was a 38. That's a lie. I had a 9. Wasn't no 38. It was a 9. Right. White shirt. No, I had on the black hoodie. Nigga, we go on everything and show that's the truth. That's the truth. But they don't have that. Or they can't find that. No way they gonna find that. I personally got rid of that. This is how you deal with your attorney to beat the case. Those that smart. They got a real relationship with their attorney. You don't lie to your fucking attorney. How the hell he gonna fight up there with a lie? You tell him the truth and then let him lie for you.
Man, this is all just a wild situation. Like, it's a wild situation. Y'all need to let me know what y'all think. Because at this point, I feel like it's up in the air. Like, with all this stuff happening, I used to feel like, hey, Young Thug is definitely going down. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think Young Thug is going to spend the rest of his life in prison? Do y'all think that? Or do you think there's going to be some kind of loophole? Because the conflict of interest is just enough to have it be a mistrial. It's enough to make it be a mistrial, and he'll be able to post bond, go home, and maybe have a retrial in the future. Or maybe the judge just won't care. But I feel like it's just a crazy, crazy situation. Like, these kinds of things do not happen in real life. It don't happen. It does not happen. Then you also got to take into account that one time where Young Thug was just randomly like on live or something, and he said he beat all his cases because he's a Freemason. What's that about? Tell me what that is about. I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know.